Okay, so now that we have our little mince done, I'm going to show you how I did the topper part. But really quickly, I'm going to tell you what kind of bags these are. These are the bigger pretzel bags from Wilton, and I found these at Michael's. And they come, you can get 20 bags for $2, or I found this bag for 75 bags. This package had 75 bags in it for $5, so I used my 50% off. So for an additional 50 cents, I got 55 more bags. So I thought this was a better deal. So I bought these, and that's what I put the mince in. I put 3 inside, and then I rolled the top down a couple times and secured it inside this topper piece that I made with some Zot dots. So let's make this topper piece so you can see how it's made. I cut a piece out of Can Company paper, and then I cut a white piece, the inset white piece, out of Stampin' Up paper, Whisper white cardstock. And once I got the red inked, what I did was I scored it in the middle down this line right here, and I just used my cutter to do that with the score blade. And I don't know if you can see this or not, but I just lined up these pointy parts with where the score is going to run. And I put it in here, and I did them both at the same time. If you press hard enough, you can get it scored through. You can score both pieces at once. Move this back over. So this is scored, and then I just folded it on the line like that, right in half. And you can use your score if you want to get a more defined fold line. And it's just like that. And then the next thing I did was I inked, or I stamped my white piece. So I used the Whimsical Calendar Days set from My Creative Time. I used the outline, the calendar part, and the December stamp. I also used on here, I put a holly and some berries, and those came from Our Family to Yours set. And I used the small hollies and the holly berries and the small holly leaf. There's also a bigger holly leaf and bigger berries, but I used the smaller set. And let's stamp this bigger one first. This is also from the Whimsical Calendar Days. And I just make sure it gets good and inked. And again, you kind of want to be right over it. Okay, so just like that. And then I'm going to take the calendar stamp, and I'm actually only going to ink the row 15, the last 3 rows. I'm not going to ink the upper 2 rows because I don't need those. They don't all fit on where I folded it. They don't all fit. So I'm just going to do row 15 through 31. So I'm just going to ink those bottom 3 rows. I'm not going to waste the ink on the other rows. I've got good and inked. And then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to kind of stand over my project. And I stamped it on there just like that. And then I'm going to take this small little square stamp, which also comes on the Whimsical calendar days, and I'm going to put the square around the 25 for Christmas. Just like that. And then I cut a piece of Old Olive Stampin' Up! Cardstock, and this measures 1.5 wide by 3/4 tall, and I'm going to ink that really quickly with some Old Olive ink around the edges. And then I'm going to take the December stamp from the Whimsical calendar days. I'm going to ink that up really good, and then I'm going to stamp the December on this little piece. Just like that. And then I'm going to take the holly berries and the holly leaf and my white piece. I'm going to put those on, and I'm going to use the Old Olive ink from Stampin' Up! And I'm going to stamp my berries first, and I'm going to use the Riding Hood Red. To do my berries. Just stamp them down in the corner, like that. And then I'm going to use the Old Olive to do the leaves. And I'm just going to do 2 leaves. Just like that. We're almost done. Okay, so then the next thing that I did was I glued these 2 together, and you can just actually put them together at the fold line, get them centered really well together. Use a little glue. Oops. Like that. And we're basically done. The only other thing that I did to this was I took some foam tape and I put that on the back of the December, just to make that pop up a little bit. And I just kind of set it on here at an angle like that. Just like that. So that was my topper, and again, like I said, I took the pretzel bags, I put my 3 little mints in, I folded the top down a couple times, I used some glue dots on the inside, attached the bag to that, and then I used some more glue dots on the front, and I closed it down, and this is what it looks like. This is how it came out. Really cute. This would make a really fun gift to give. So anyway, thanks so much for watching. This was the day 12 of the 12 Days of Christmas, and I hope that you guys enjoyed all of my projects. If you have any questions, you can leave them under this video, or you can go to my blog and leave a comment there. And thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.